Hello everyone, today on Vicky's Gaming Thoughts, I'm going to do the Canticle of Threnodies. As you can see, I tried to do something with my hair that didn't exactly work, and this is the result after wetting it and trying to fix it, so we'll just see what happens when it dries a bit more. And I'm wearing something that reminds me of a mage outfit, of an enchanter robe. Though it's not really an enchanter robe. Alright, so the Canticle of Threnodies is a lamentation. It's a lamentation that tells the tale of the creation of the world and the fall of man. So apparently was written between -31 and -11 Ancient by Justina the First. And it's possible that it's a collection of an older oral tradition called the Slave Dirges, which in Tevinter is dated -182 Ancient and was supposedly sung during uprisings. This would then mean that Justina the First had translated those texts from the Old Tevene language, the ancient language of Tevinter. Threnodies 1. And so we burned, we raised nations, we waged wars, we dreamed up false gods, great demons who could cross the veil into the waking world, turned our devotion upon them and forgot you. So obviously this is about people forgetting the maker. We are humans and you is the maker. And the dreams is the fade, obviously. Threnodies 5. The maker creates the fade and the spirits. There was no word, so was there silence? A choir of silence? For heaven and for earth, for sea or sky, all that existed was silence. Silence. Dumat, the first was Corypheus. Are the false gods then not false at all? Is this an indication? Or could they say Dumat was the first? Anyway. We'll find out later. Then the voice of the maker rang out. The first word. I wonder what that word might be. Could it be fear? Though I believe they mean it as his first speech. And his word became all that might be. Dream and idea. Hope and fear. Fear. Fear demon. Did the maker create fear? Is he the leader of fear? Potential clue linking him to the fear demon in the fade, as we kind of discussed previously. Endless possibilities. Yes, endless are the possibilities. Somehow I am inclined to believe that dream is truly the fade. Hope is what gods represent, usually, and fear is just like a demon. So he created gods and demons, ultimately. And are these gods and demons simply ideas at this stage? It would not specify idea if it didn't have any significance. But fear is really indicative. And from it made his firstborn. Firstborn being the spirits, but spirits who are more like humans or more like elves. I'll read on. We'll learn more later. And he said to them, in my image, I forge you. Forge, like an anvil. Anvil of the void. The void where the maker doesn't exist. The void that describes everything where the maker is not. There really are clues to all those 10 possibilities in here. To you I give dominion over all that exists. By your will may all things be done. By the will of fear, methinks? Or the ideas. The will of the spirits. Dwarves or forgers. So then we question titans in his image. So humans as him or elven gods. And if all things are done by their will, is it from their dreams and ideas? Solus said that a spirit, when forged to be something it is not, becomes corrupt and then becomes a demon. So then by the will of humans created demons from their ideas that they could control spirits when they could not. And those ideas and need for control surely came from fear. Because even in our world, psychology argues this very thing. So then it's the Maker's doing in the end, no? Since he created fear. Or perhaps he created demons from an idea that he had, as we previously discussed. The Golden City, which is now black, could also be the city in the fade. City in the fade. Then in the center of heaven, the elven city of elven lore in the fade is pretty central. Center of heaven. He called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. Oh, that's kind of Hogwarts-ish. There he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. Or did he really actually just dwell there? The Maker becomes disillusioned with the spirits. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending. Yay! But their songs were the songs of the cobblestones, the music the Maker created. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne, his light, not their own. They held forth the banners that flew on their own, so they didn't actually need to hold the banners. It seems the Maker created obedient worshippers and got bored with them. He could then have corrupted them by trying to change them, which turned them into demons. Let's read on and find out. And the voice of the Maker shook the fade, saying, "In my image I have wrought my firstborn, my image, not yours. You have been given dominion over all that exists by your will. All things are done, yet you do nothing." Hey, that's something parents tell kids when they're younger sometimes, and they're just sitting around watching TV and they're not doing their chores. It sounds very parental to me. "The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing." So he's bored. He's bored with the beings that he created to obey his will. There is a slight analogy with the paradise thing here. The elves were created first, and they had therefore dominion over all the lands. Perhaps the elves did like the spirits and became corrupt with dark ideas, the Avenurus especially, leading the events that destroyed the elven paradise, leading them to kill Mithal, leading Solus to lock them up and everything else, you know. The Fade is separated from the world. We know that the Fade was separated from the world as a result of Fen'Harel, Solus, locking the Avenurus up in the city in the Fade. This created the veil. Let's see how the chant describes it. "And he knew he had wrought amiss." Well, it's not the spirit's fault. The Maker isn't a very talented maker. He's not a very talented creator. He should have been more specific. It's like a genie wish kind of thing. You know, omit a detail and plunk. So the Maker turned from his firstborn. Wait, he turned from them. So if they turned from him after, it's his own fault. Just saying. "And he took from the Fade a measure of its living flesh." Is this Fade blood magic or something? Perhaps this is what created corruption. I don't know. "And placed it apart from the spirits, and spoke to it, saying, Here I decree opposition in all things." The world of opposition. "For earth, sky. For winter, summer. For darkness, light. So for love, fear. For spirits, demons. for immortality, mortality. By my will alone is balance sundered, and the world given new life, a new world that he created. So he's not going to be happier with that one. I mean, look at it. He wasn't happy with silence, so he created spirits. And he wasn't happy with the spirits and the fade, so he just can't be pleased. How very ungodly of him, and egotistic of him, actually. Now, I always took this little snippet to mean that the Maker created the veil, much like many characters, many Andrastians believe. It occurs to me, from conversations with you guys, that the chant is in certain ways like the Shaperit. If the Shapers can remove archives from the Shaperit and change history, then the chant can be rewritten to fit humans and their agenda and change history. History that involves the elves. And it's possible that humans came to exist when the veil was created. So this canticle, at least this part, dismisses the existence of elves and how they were there before humans. It's also possible from our conversations that the Fade and the world coexisted together, and maybe that's what gave elves their immortality. But we'll explore more of that later when I continue the Canticle of Threnodies. Be sure to like the video and subscribe and share it with any other Dragon Age geeks. And I will continue when I have time. And the wind calls me. Be sure to check out some of my other stuff, and remember to buy video games at a discounted price and support me at no additional cost to you. Just follow my G2A affiliate link. To learn more how that can help you as well, you can watch my full explanation video on that. Thanks for tuning in.